Oh my gosh. Just unbelievable. What a fish. Thank you so much. Good sacrifice. I appreciate you. Holy moly. You just made my day. You made my day. Alrighty, before we jump into today's episode, I'm actually going to give away $2,000 cash. If you are watching, you have a chance to win. So if you're interested in entering, just pay attention just for a couple minutes and I will explain how to enter. I promise it's super easy and you just have to listen to me talk for just a couple minutes. If you're new to my channel by chance, the way that I do my ads and giveaways is a little different. One, I don't do a lot of ads. I'm not a big fan of them. I don't like overloading the channel with them. I do one every few months maybe. Two, I make sure they're a product that one, I've tested and I know works and I believe in, and that they're related to something that I do, boating, something along the lines of the marine industry with the ocean and whatnot. And three, instead of keeping the ad revenue for myself, I give it back to you guys as a thanks simply for watching the videos. So if you're interested in winning, all you have to do is watch the entire video, start to finish. In the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, there's gonna be little red letters that pop up. Periodically and randomly, you have to write all of those letters down. They're gonna make a word. I promise they make a whole word. In the description of the video, it's gonna say giveaway link. Behind it, click that link. It's gonna take you to a website. You enter your first name, last name, email, the secret word, and you are entered to win $1,000. I'm gonna give away $1,000 to two separate people. And if you have issues with it, you either don't have the word or you're entering something incorrectly. I've done this a bunch of times and I promise it works. After 5,000 entries, it is full. The website that I use maxes out at 5,000. Now, why do I have $2,000 to give away? This is actually a really cool product that I've been using for a couple weeks now and it works really well. If you have Mercury outboards, you've tried to flush them before, I assume, and you know it's kind of a pain to get that little plug on the front out to get that hose out to be able to flush them. And pretty much what this is an aftermarket solution to make that much easier. I've been testing these out. I've been using them for a couple weeks now. Pretty much all you do, there's a piece missing because I already have them hooked up. You pull the factory plug out, you install this one. It takes literally about 30 seconds to hook it up. You can see back here, it looks factory, it looks OEM. It doesn't stand out, so it's nice and sleek. It looks like it belongs on the motor. So at the end of the day, when I'm ready to flush my motors, oh, by the way, there'll be a link in this in the description as well and in a pinned comment. But at the end of the day, when I'm ready to flush my motors, I attach this quick connect on the hose. Literally open this up, and I'm flushing my motors already. That's how easy it is. And nowadays, some of these bigger boats have 4, 5, 6 motors on them, and to pull each one of those out and do them individually, screw them, unscrew them, I mean, literally, it could take you 45 minutes to an hour just to flush all these motors. So this is very handy. I really like this product. Again, I wouldn't put anything on my channel. You guys know how I am. I'm kind of a little different in that sense. I don't put just anything on here. Just wanted to show you how easy it was to connect. So that's all I've got. Again, follow the rules. Two of you guys are gonna win $1,000. The link for Flush Them, if you're interested in getting them, they will be in the description, and I'll do a pinned comment as well. So that's all I have. Let's get down to the action. How is it going, boys and girls? Welcome back to Key West Waterman. My name is Aaron Young. Today I'm actually doing a little bit of commercial deep dropping, which some of you may not seen if you're new to the channel. I do have a commercial permit that allows me to harvest commercial quantities of deep drop species, snowy grouper, tilefish, barrelfish, stuff like that. I hadn't done this in quite some time, but two things. It's January 1st, which means commercial snowy grouper season opens. It's still closed recreationally. And I also wanted to test, I have a new transducer in the boat. I got an Airmar B265LH, I believe, installed a couple months ago, and I haven't had a chance to get out to the deep water and test it. So I wanted to do that, and I really enjoyed deep dropping, excuse me. I just hadn't had a chance to do it much in the past year. I know a lot of you guys like these videos, so I did want to get out and do a little bit. I'm going to cover everything from the reels, the rigs, the bottom we're kind of covering today. We've got a bait going down, so we will see. Hopefully we can get on some fish. So it's been about 45 minutes. I've hit 2 different spots, just drifting, bouncing, laying down, doing a combination of everything. Haven't had really any bites that were promising. A couple small nibbles. I'm in 550. I think I'm gonna move out just a hair deeper. So this is my 3rd spot. Nothing on the first 2, so I moved out a little deeper. So it's kind of a big drop, and then you can see there's a bunch of bait up top of here. So I'm just trying to drift across that. And one of the other reasons I did want to get out here today is because I did get a new transducer. A lot of you guys ask about what my transducer setup is. I'm going straight from my Simrad. I have an Airmar B265 LH that I had put in about 4 or 5 months ago, and I hadn't been out into the deep water since. But so far it looks pretty good. This is, I'm on high chirp right now. Gains, auto. I don't really mess with any of these settings, to be honest with you. But that is what I'm looking at. Okay. Not a monster, but it's a start. That looks like the right one. There we go. That is the one I was looking for. Oh. Oh, that's expenses right there. Whew. What a beautiful fish. Oh my goodness. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. So I brain all these fish just like I do anything that I eat, but even after you brain them, their heart will continue to pump. So I try to quickly get in there. I want to bleed them. You can see just right under that gill section, there's like kind of a clear membrane. You run your knife right under there. The heart sits right here. If you were to draw a line, you can see the heart actually still beating. If you drew a line straight through here, the heart's right here, and then there's a main artery that runs. But I like to, excuse me. If you know me, you know I brain and bleed everything. That is just a beautiful, beautiful snowy. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. So the bites really started to pick up since this morning. I think I may hook up the second rod here and get that going. This is a Tanacom 1000. Like I always say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Not any of these rods or reels are just the only one you can do this with. There's quite a bit of options, like I said. This is that Beastmaster. This is a Tanacom 1000 on a Saltiga bent butt. I don't know, I bought it off the shelf. The braid on most of these is 80 or 100 pounds. Some of them are 65, just kind of depends. I've never had any trouble with anything over 65 pounds. So it's kind of a preference. As you go up in braid or thickness, you just have more drag when you do have current. So this one actually has a 100 pound, and I have a 300 pound wind on, just with a snap swivel. We do all crimps with these, no knots. And here's a deep drop rig I made. I make all these myself. Some people do 2 hooks, some people do 6 hooks. I think there is a limit on the amount of hooks you do. Typically I'm doing 3 or 4 hooks, kind of ballpark. Just kind of depends what exactly I'm doing. And again, I hate saying it, it's kind of annoying, but there's no one right way to do this. You can use different hooks, you can use different leader, you can use different weights. I typically tie most of my rigs with either 200 or 300 pound, depending on how deep I'm fishing. Shallower, I go a little lighter. Some people thinks it doesn't make a difference. I honestly don't know. So you can see this is all 300 pound, kind of ballpark the length of the legs and the distance between the hooks. This one's only a 3 hook rig. This is a 15-0 circle. Must add, use these typically if I'm fishing for snowies or yellow edges. If I'm looking for the smaller tiles, the blue lines, or golden tiles, I use these as well. If I'm looking for the smaller blue line tiles, I'll go down a little 12, 11-0 circle hook, but again, no exact science. Typically I'm somewhere around 14, 15. And today we don't have a ton of current, so I'm fishing between 2 and 4 pounds. You could probably get away with any of them. I have 4 pounders on there just to get them down a little quicker. And there we are. So my rig is weight, snap swivel on the bottom, up to my hooks. This side of the rig has a loop on it that attaches to a snap swivel on the rod. I personally don't know if a light makes a difference. I kind of think it doesn't, because if you think about it, these fish get big, 40, 50, 60 pounds, and they're not doing that by eating off of somebody's light. But if it makes you feel better, sometimes it does. Throw one on there. So I pulled 4 snowies off that spot, which in my opinion is enough. If I sit here and fish this all day, next time I come here, there's not going to be any left. So just take a few, and I'm going to move along and move down the edge a little bit and see if we can find some more. So in my opinion, time is my biggest adversary out here. One of the advantages to fishing 2 is this guy's going down. While I was trying to snag or get this one unsnagged and reel it up, I was able to get back on the spot and drop that one. Reeling these reels up and down, even though they are electric, still takes a lot of time, which adds up quick. But this is the next spot. There's like a little kind of an edge right here. I didn't go all the way off it. It drops down about, I'm in 695. It drops down to about 640. And you can see just, I really wish I could see down there, because there's only a few spots I'll mark this much bait, and this is one of them. And I don't know if it's actually bait or what it is, if it's noise off the rock, but it looks good. So we're going to fish it. Looked like whatever it was pulled off. Was down for a sec. I like that weight. I like to pick it up and smack it on the bottom a couple times. I can't say for certain, but diving, I know that when stuff happens on the bottom, any type of commotion, the groupers will come kind of investigate. So it makes sense in my head. Right when I turned the camera off, laid it down flat and got slammed. This looks like it could be a big fish. It's a big fish. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Come here. Oh, I. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You guys have got to see this. Look. Oh. That is unbelievable. Speechless. This fish made the entire day. Wow. Unreal. Thank you so much, buddy. Holy moly. So we were on a new spot. The other rod is going down. And on that big snowy, I lost my weight. I'm just quite honestly very fortunate, because if it would have been on this side, I would have lost the fish. But I don't know whether a shark grabbed it, maybe my crimp pinched it, but instead of throwing this rig out, I'm just gonna trim it. And make it a 3-hook rig. On the bottom over there. It's all right, let me eat it. Just add me a weight and good as new. It's another reason I bring everything with me. I do tie all my own rigs, but I bring my little rig kit. You never know what may happen out here. Just missed a big bite while the camera was off. Felt like it almost hooked him for a second, may not come back. Kind of slowed down a bit. That was the first bite I've probably had in an hour and a half. So, deep dropping is strange. I still feel like sometimes I have no idea what's going on out here. I don't know if there's a higher feed, or maybe you're just not on the fish, you never know. We'll probably give it about another hour. Start heading in. So I hadn't been paying attention to the screen. I just had that big bite that I missed. And I looked back and I hadn't been marking much at all. And this, if you're not familiar, this scrolls this way, so this is kind of the history over here, but this is live. That's right about where I had that big bite. So that makes sense. So it slowed down quite a bit, like I said. I think I'm gonna do one more spot, and I had one in mind that I hadn't fished in quite some time. And I pulled up, and that looks pretty darn good. You can actually see there's some actual rocks right there, but that, I've been marking what looks like bait all day, but that actually has some red in it, which actually makes me think it's thicker or maybe bigger fish, could be barrel fish, I don't know. But it looks really good. So we're gonna take a peek. Okay. That was like the second it hit the bottom. I'm gonna get the other rod out. They've been multiple. That's a tile fish. I don't know, that first bite looked pretty big. It's a good tile though. It's a gray tile, or blue line, depending on who you ask. See, they got that pretty blue line right there. Delicious. rigs typically turn into a mess if you don't take care of them. What I like to do is I spin them back up. The main thing is the hooks. The hooks that just kind of get wild and wrap around everything. So I keep the hooks together and I take these little twist pieces and try to hang on to them. Twist the hooks up. Prevents a big mess for next time. We are done out here. Head back to the dock and see how we did. Any guesses? Is that the big one? Yeah, it's the big one. 30 gutted. I will take it. Alrighty, it is time for a commercial breakdown. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, especially a deep drop one. It's been quite some time. I don't even think I did any commercial deep dropping last year, which is kind of wild. Life changes and sometimes you gotta roll with it. But before I give you these numbers, a lot of you guys always ask when the giveaway winners will be announced. So the way it works is the giveaway closes when it reaches 5,000 entrants, or 1 week from today when this releases, Monday 6 p.m. So next Monday at 6 p.m. if it hasn't closed already, I will be pulling 2 names and each person will win $1,000, and I will announce that on the following week's episode, so 2 weeks from this episode's release date. Hopefully it gets to somebody who needs it. But let's get down to the commercial breakdown. We had, in total, I had just a couple small tiles and some rosies, mainly snowy grouper. It was almost 100 pounds for a total sale of about $600. I had 140 expenses, gas and squid bait. I didn't run very far this day. I was pretty much right off Key West. For a total daily profit, this is not all going into my bank account. I talk about this quite a bit in some older videos, and if you're interested in these commercial videos, there is a playlist where I show all these deep drop videos and I talk about a daily profit. Not all this money goes into the bank, but a daily profit anyways of $460. And I feel like every time I release one of these, I get 4 or 5 emails from people that are like, hey, I really would love to get into commercial fishing. How do I get started? And it's not impossible, but unless you have a bunch of money that you're not very fond of, I highly recommend getting a job on a currently operating commercial fishing vessel, and start from there. See if you like it. It's really hard work. There's a reason I only do it a few days a year, excuse me. I run charters mainly for a living, so I'm able to kind of do it on the side a little bit, but if you were to start from scratch, it is extremely expensive and extremely risky. But that's the end of my lecture. That is all I have. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Again, if you enjoy these deep drop videos and you're new to the channel, I'll put the deep drop playlists on the up next screen, so go over there and check some of those out. But other than that, that is all I have. I will see you guys on the next one. Later.